Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot freaking believe it. I am terrified. I'm here to talk about it. Welcome to Derry. This is our non-spoiler review of the show. We at this point have only seen up to 3 episodes for full context, but we will not be divulging anything about what we've seen, what we know, or about certain character archetypes. But we can tell you this much. It's crazy. It is freaking crazy. I have here Jarrell's Alexander and Bizzy Brown from Bizzy Brown Reactions. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up?
What up?
All right, so let's go ahead and get down to it. Going into this, you guys, was this one of the most anticipated shows for you guys this year, or were you kind of just caught off guard by the fact of like, wait, Pennywise?
No, I kind of want to open it. I want to open it up by saying, I've seen the first film, like chapter 1. Didn't see the second one, so I knew kind of essentially the world that I was kind of going into, but I didn't. I feel like I didn't know as much as a lot of people do, you know. So that saying that, I do not think you need to see like both movies to truly enjoy what you're getting into, because this is just pure horror all around. Um, yeah, you get a lot of jump scares, but the narrative, like the story that they got brewing, is actually it's fun to follow. Like it makes sense. It's fun, you know. It's crazy at the same time. So I think for those who are worried that they have to watch a lot of the other stuff, I don't think you need to, because I am having a lot of fun with this show without even seeing both movies. So I wanted to kind of put that out there.
No, I appreciate that, Busy. And then I think it's a good, interesting pivot to Jarrell, who's like a big Stephen King fan and also a big horror fan. Jarrell, your approach coming into this.
I mean, this was one of my most anticipated shows of the year because it's just a fascinating lore. But so yeah, it was highly anticipated for me. I have not watched all 9 episodes, but the story so far is really well done. So far, at least.
Yeah, and so for full context, you guys, this takes place before the events of part 1. This is technically a prequel series, so it adds even more volumes to what Bizzy's saying. Like, this is still building blocks and letting us know where this going. So think House of the Dragons to Game of Thrones. But this is the crazy thing, and let's talk about the horror aspect of this, just how rated R and how dark this actually is. There were things just off the first episode, to be quite honest with you guys, I felt like just pure evil. Like, I got sick to my stomach. I could not believe what I was actually watching. But I think a part of that is the directing style. Like, Andy Muschietti is back. He is the creator of this series, and he is not holding back. It doesn't matter if it's a kid, a woman, a child. He does not care. And it is vicious. And some of the things that you're seeing these characters have to go through, like, it's different seeing in a movie because you can go back to a movie, but it's another thing you watching a series and it just keeps on building and building and building. And I think because this is HBO, there aren't those kind of limitations either. So Bizzy, I mean, from what you've experienced with this show, how are you?
They are not pulling any punches. It's really E for everyone at this point. I mean, anybody can get it, anybody can go, and if you're dying in this show, it's not just a simple goodbye. They're gonna make it brutal. They're gonna make you have to look away from the screen at times, and make you question if it's worth coming back for another episode. And for me, that makes it 100% worth it, because when I watch shows like this, I wanna be able to feel that shock factor, but at the same time be like, "The narrative is so solid, I wanna know what's going on next besides the just crazy gore and the WTF moments." So, they're handling that really well from a, just I guess for me, a viewer's standpoint. Because on top of the shock value, I'm loving the story that they're diving into, because there's so much history behind this kind of, like, this town that I wouldn't even have thought of, but they're just going headfirst into it, and it's just crazy to see the different point of views from, people who aren't necessarily from the town, compared to people that grew up there, to people that have had ancestors living on that land for years prior to this. So it's just really cool to see all different aspects of, I guess, the history. So it's been really cool.
Yeah, Jarrell.
What was their main question again?
The gore, the rated M.
Oh, the violence. Gotcha.
The horror.
I mean, it's it's definitely it's not PG. It's not PG. That's for sure. It's definitely not holding back. But I guess for me, I mean, it's fine throughout. But I feel like the first episode sets such a high bar that like everything else so far has not matched the intensity yet. But it's definitely been violent and not shy about it. But nothing's been as crazy as episode 1 for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, for me personally, I think the other thing is, I mean, yeah, it is very violent, and I mean, I think being a parent, like, this is a lot to actually take in. But what I will say is I love the kids. Like, I love the characters. Like, it doesn't matter if it's an adult or if it's a kid. Like, I didn't anticipate gravitating to these characters. Like, I thought, like, you put kids into precarious situations. I mean, we saw a movie just recently called Good Boy. Just a dog putting in a horrific situation. The dog was doing some great acting, right? You love dogs naturally. Everybody loves dogs, but you don't necessarily love kids. You don't necessarily love characters. Every single character in this, one way, shape, or form, like, I found myself gravitating towards them. And I think that is not just great casting, but it's great scripting. You know that as you're continuously drawing closer to these characters, you could lose them in a second.
Yeah, these
Like,
kids can act too. The charisma on some of them, like they're great.
yeah, the kid in the middle right here, he plays a role of a character named Will. He's in a movie We Grown Now, and he is an amazing actor, whether you guys know it or not. But the whole entire cast, I'm very invested in what happens to them. And it's like, yeah, I didn't anticipate that. I didn't anticipate actually liking these kids or any of these characters. How did you guys feel about the characters and also the way they're acting as well?
I mean, they're all interesting. They're fun. Oftentimes really funny. It's very God, what is it? Stand by Me.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to those kids where they're instantly likable or relatable, or it's easy to sort of get behind watching them. Which thank God, because these are extremely long episodes so far. But no, I think they're I think they're great. I mean, there's not that I don't know. I'm not getting that. Just in general, I'm not getting that sort of like masterful feel from what's happening here, or even these characters. But I mean, that aside, they're well done. Because for the most part, most like child actors or characters are usually pretty bad in my experience. So it's nice that they're easy to follow.
Yeah. Bizzy?
Yeah, so I think right off the rip, this show teaches you not to get attached. So I will say I am enjoying every character, but I'm just being prepared. I'm preparing myself, just making sure that I can mentally be okay if something happens to anybody because of, again, the amount of punches they are throwing. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm really enjoying the show. I don't want to feel easy. I don't want to feel like, hey, this character's going through this. Oh, but I shouldn't be worried. He's the main character, I want to be able to be cautious. I want to be able to be worried. And the show's making me feel everything. So it's been great.
Sure.
Yeah. I agree with that sentiment. Like, every single character, you feel like you want to root for them, but at the same time, at any moment, like, anything can kind of come. And I think ultimately, you guys, like, this is kind of, at this point, from what we've seen, this is a sleeper hit. Like, you're gonna be drawn to this. I couldn't personally binge this show. I don't think I could watch these episodes back to back to back, just because the first two were too much for me. Yeah. But I think that the way that it's written, the way that it's sculpted, the way that it's acted, the sheer horror aspect of it, I think that they're doing a lot with this. And I think if HBO allows them to, they could make something very special out of this. And so right now, it's got my seal of approval. I honestly almost quit after the first episode. That's how bad it was. These guys had to actually keep me on to continue this. I'm thankful for them. That's the reason why they're here today. But as far as my closing thoughts on it, I mean, I think right now is really good. It is a really, really good horror series. And I'm kind of terrified to deal with what we're going to eventually have to deal with, which, I mean, if you guys do not know, this is the story of Pennywise. If you don't know who Pennywise the Clown is, prepare your spirits for it, because it's not going to be pretty. So rating wise, I give this an A. I don't really have any negatives on it. I mean, it could be between an A or A minus, but ultimately this is based off the first episode alone. It was seriously good. But Bizzy, what are your closing thoughts and rating on the series so far?
So far, I am invested. I'm excited to hear what everyone has to say. I think it's always important to know, like, if you can go into this, enjoy it without having prior knowledge of anything. So again, I encourage you to check it out and watch it. For those who are fans, I am excited to see if they were able to implement anything that you, or if they were able to implement stuff that you fell in love with. Which made you love the series, if you will. I don't know. There's just a lot about this show that I am super invested in, and I just can't wait to see more of the craziness they're going to throw at us.
Yeah. Rating?
I'm going to give it, I think it's so far an A minus. So yeah.
All right. And Jarrell, closing thoughts and rating so far.
I mean, so far I'd probably give it like probably like an 8 out of 10 so far. It's pretty great. There's memorable characters. It's a good time being around them. You know, the horror is treated pretty seriously, so it is like a big rated R sort of odyssey that we're on. So yeah, I would say it's pretty strong so far. I think it's definitely going to be like a big viewership spike when it comes out. I think it's going to be a hit, assuming that it maintains this quality. I think it's going to be a hit for sure.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So you guys, you heard it here first. We're not going to go into anything deeper, but we have gone through every single episode. As the episodes are done, on the hour, once they're done, you guys are going to get our full spoiler discussions, breaking down the full entire episode. We've done the first 3, and we're going to continue to do the rest of those. But I'm going to let these guys plug their respective channels. Bizzy, where can everybody find your content?
Bizzy Brown everywhere, and then dropping reviews over here on JVS.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming. And last but not least, Jarrell, where can everybody find your content?
Yeah, just on Jarrell's Alexandria. It's my YouTube. It's like my main hub. You can find all my content and reviews there.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. We will be back. God help us. I don't know how it's all going to end, but it pretty much will be horrific either way. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Peace.
Filing out the top of
I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my